everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Carr's Raiders going up against Rivers' Chargers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. This is Melvin Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And some room to roam now. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key to left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They run it here. Where? Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. On is the punter King to send it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. So out come the Chargers. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And not great starting field position here for the offense.
All right, here we go.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he will try, but he can't. He can't escape the end zone. Gordon is taken down, and it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
They run again with Ware. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Spencer Ware, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
First down, Rivers. And the Raiders have got him. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing, Rivers. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And it's third down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Third and long for Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. To punt it away on fourth down, here's Drew Kaiser. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Price. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
James has got it, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They'll run now with Ware. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Carr going to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they run successful.
Here's Marquette King now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. He's going to let this one go deep. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the move to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now Carr. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 32 that time. From midfield, here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. That's Price. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Flushed out right to the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Lambo, he missed it. He missed it left. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They'll drop to throw. Well, they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Third and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, it's Williams. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. Now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Complete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Fighting his way through contact. And this is complete. It's Allen. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 38.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
On 1st down, Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Carr eluding the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And the D looking like they may blitz. On the run, it's Ware. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Nifty move by Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Back to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They are in the second quarter down in Miami. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Allen. Where they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Back to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. 35 yards that time on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. First down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. All right, LR, thank you, my man. Still anyone's contest, just a 2-point game as we get set for the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. The Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This is where, and he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on second down, Carr. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. He finds an opening past the 40 and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And the wideout in motion. Looking to throw on second down. Carr. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So the offense has it 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
2nd down, 9 yards to go. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this one's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And now running right through it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He's going deep for Brown. This is caught at the 20. A gain of 32 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And they will line up now for the 2-point try. Here's a toss coming right. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The penalty. Here's Gordon. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Gun. They'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended target, and it's third down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They're on to the second half now down in Miami. The Dolphins have scored again to extend their lead a bit. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Carr now to throw. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Price. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Jeremiah Tauchu in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. So on now is the kicker, Josh Lambo. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position. They get it up past the 35. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Gordon on first down. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run,
blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Rivers now on second down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Rivers now, the throw on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Second down, Rivers. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They run the counter now on 1st down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. From midfield, here's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 38-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll take this one down to the 36. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Carr going to look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Raiders on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. He'll look to throw. throws it left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. A swing pass caught. And that one results in 35 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march.
Got to feel good about it.
And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So getting the big touchdown they needed late in the 4th. Now what do? You conservative and just tie it up?
No, I think you put your practice into game situation. Go as fast as possible. You already have your play call ready to go. Go for 2 and decide it right now.
They've gone to the 4th up in Seattle, and the Steelers coming away victorious there. A win would be their first of the young season. And he's got it up and through. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. This one caught left side by Cooper. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Carr. Throw left side complete. It's Price. And he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw is Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. Back to throw, Carr. No, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Carr to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Over the middle, complete. It's Price. They give him a gain of 37. Coaches love the rack run after catch, especially here in overtime. Took the short pass, turned it into a big play.
And that's what coaches talk about when they talk to their teams about what overtime means. How many big plays have to be made in order to win a ball game, and which play will be the big play. Short pass turned into a long run. Maybe that's the play that they needed to spring a victory.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. All right, so they're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game, as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
and he motions the wide receiver. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. The Chargers on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. What can Rivers do in the OT? And Allen's got it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen. They wanted to avoid the dreaded 4th down and having to get a conversion or it being the final play. They picked it up, though, on 3rd.
I love how you described that because we've been in those situations and seen it. If you get to 4th down, especially in overtime, things get a little shakier, don't they? The hands get shaky, right? The throw, if you're going to throw the ball, being able to run it, all of that coming down to one big play. Very nice of them and nice for them to pick it up on 3rd.
Play action now. Rivers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. 23 yards on the play. He did not have a catch till that moment. Pretty good time for his first one, though, here in OT.
I would agree with that. And just think about how they had to cycle through all the play sheets, right? Tried to find ways to get a lot of people the football. In this case, as you said, he hadn't had a catch all game. Now they find him in a key moment. Really well done.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First down, Rivers. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They go play action. Rivers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. 380.
Rivers again. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. And here's your ball game. Down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down. from the shotgun. It's Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raider D, they get the football back. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for Oakland, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.